could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mostly Bad Ideas, a mostly 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast that has so far not featured a single dungeon or dragon. This story is one that follows a group of adventurers that seem to have landed in the midst of something much larger than they anticipated. Yes, even larger than Milk Jug himself. I have to note that although this game is based on the D&D games of my childhood, it is in no way, shape, or form for children. We cuss and swear, we talk about orc penis and prison wallets, and we make satirical references to all sorts of things happening in the world. That said, we'd like to reiterate that no character or place in this world of fantasy is to represent any real-world people or places. It is all in the name of good fun, satire, and avoidance of copyright infringement. So please put the kids to bed, or toss in your earbuds, as we continue to follow our crew as they head into Act 2 of our story, and surely continue to have mostly bad ideas.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Where we left off, kind of, was you guys had just left. You just left the mayor's, and we decided to let you guys disperse and do some shopping. You made your first real solid amount of gold coins that you've ever had in your possession. This was probably the most money you guys have ever had and been able to freely spend. So I let you guys kind of go on a little bit of a shopping spree, as well as everybody leveled up too. So everybody's level 3 now. So as far as for our little shopping spree, I'm going to kick it over to you guys. So what did we decide to pick up with the couple hundred coins we all managed to secure?
Go ahead, Knuckle.
Well, I bought a tackle box with fishing supplies, because that could come in handy. And I was attempting to get a tattoo, but it looked like it hurt really bad, so I ended up just buying the needle instead. And that's all I got.
Now, to clarify, it is a very specific magical needle that he has that is required for this kind of tattoo. But he was able to pick one up from the blacksmith here.
Well, I want very utilitarian. I got a bag of ball bearings because I just think that's future hilarity can ensue with that at some point in time. Of that, I have no doubt. What will probably be an epic failure on our part would be my guess. I got a disguise kit. I got a forgery kit. I got a healer's kit and a mirror steel. So kind of a veritable grab bag of things we might need in a pinch and might use to create some.
That forgery kit will really help the police think we're innocent.
So, one thing, too, I wanted to note, Brody, I was looking at your character sheet with all the stuff that you purchased.
Yeah.
With all the kits, you are very much so over encumbered. It's over your backpack's amount. So, I was going to say, for your kits, we could suggest we put them in the cart or, keep those,
Perfect.
with the rest of your traveling supplies.
Yeah.
Put them in my prison wallet, too, if you need to, bro.
Well,
yeah, I would love to see you put the forgery kit in your prison wallet, Uncle.
For the disguise kit, it's probably a trunk, you know what I mean? All right, so where we left off, you guys did your shopping trip. You went, acquired your goods. Everybody, boop-a-doo, leveled up, and then you all retired to the cliff diver. For a night's sleep. The mayor put you guys up in the best rooms in the cliff diver, got you the works, your tab is covered, your food is covered. He was so grateful for you guys uncovering the plot that you uncovered and the cult that was kind of brewing in the basement of their brewery, that he wanted to show his thanks and his gratitude. So where we're going to start is you guys did all that, probably did some drinking, party and stuff like that, and then you went up. You bedded down for the night in all of your separate rooms, and it is now morning.
Knuckle.
Yes, fuzzy little man Peach.
I feel like a cat shit in my mouth. What happened?
That's because one did.
Northwatch last night.
A cat did shit in your mouth, actually.
A cat actually shit in my mouth. Okay, well, that would explain the taste. I felt like somebody pooped in an ashtray and poured it in my mouth. Were we smoking cigars last night?
Yeah, Black and Milds, actually.
Black and mild. The classiest of cigar gentlemen smoking. Yes, that makes perfect
Yes.
sense to me. Absolutely. Are you as hungover as I am? I don't drink as much as you and Thakma do. I just was wondering.
Nope,
if you
I'm
feel
good.
like you're a champ, Uncle. If I had your BMI, I would probably be able to drink that much too.
The trick is I throw it all up before I go back to sleep, and then I clean out the palate.
No wonder you have six pack. That makes sense. Yeah, you cut all the time, involuntarily get the liquid out.
Yep. Lemon bars and cucumber sandwiches is how I make weight.
So, you two have exited your rooms, and Thakma has not.
Where's the other little fuzzy little man, Peach?
Let's go knock on his door and wake up Thakma. Maybe he overslept. If I got into it, I'm sure he really got into it. So let's check on him.
So,
Thakma, wake up. It's early. We got shit to do.
He wouldn't knock for us, and I just push his door open.
Good point.
So, you push the door open, and surprisingly, the door is not locked. Thakma did not lock his room last night.
That seems irresponsible.
And you swing the door open, and the bed is neatly made.
That's not like him.
But no Thakma in the bed. There is no Thakma in the room. In the middle of the floor is a circular scorch mark. And in the center of that scorch mark is the depiction of a scythe. And that is all that is there. Right outside of the ring sits the bag of beans that he had in his possession, as well as the comb. But none of the rest of his things, and no Thakma. Oh, and there's a note. Sorry, I apologize. There is a note there that is twisted up with a little black ribbon on it.
What the hell happened to Thakman, Uncle? Hey, buddy, why don't you grab the beans and the comb, and I will check out this note. Did he have Taco Bell last night? Is that why the floor is scorched? I don't.
Can I lick my finger?
He's been cooking. Is that what
Can
happened?
I rub my finger in it and
It is straight up soot, like straight up, scorch, like hellfire type soot.
Tastes
So
like burnt
sulfur.
eggs.
It has a a sulfury tinge to it.
Tastes like your breath smells, Brody.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, if you keep this up, I'm going to make you read it, you illiterate prick. All right, so hold on a second, okay?
I'll sound the words out.
Yeah. Not again. I don't have all day, Uncle. So I proceed to read the note.
So as soon as you pull the ties on the note, it unfurls and kind of leaves your hand and floats there. And then a voice...
I pick up a chair.
A voice comes out and says, I do apologize for the inconvenience. However, Thakma made a deal, and it is time he made good on his deal. I will return your friend when the time is right. Until then, know that I will keep an eye on him. And I would also keep an eye on you. Signed, Demnevi Nilo. And then the paper flames up like kind of flare paper. And what drops to the floor is the very silver coin that was embedded in Thakma's arm. However, now that coin has the symbol of an eye on it.
The all-seeing eye.
It is an eye on one side and then a scythe on the other side.
Could it be the eye of the Crimson King? Because that would be awesome.
I don't know if we should touch that.
Uncle, okay, I'm still processing and I'm marginally hungover, so I'm still trying to figure all this out. But what was the name of the person that said that took him again?
Demnevi Nilo. It is not a name that you guys should recognize. You have not heard it yet.
Nope, doesn't ring any bells.
So you didn't miss any notes here. This is just the first you're hearing of it.
I don't know. Nuncle looks like he was taken by Donatello Mutiny or something like that. I think that's
I
what he
thought
said.
it was Dumbledore Antitello.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I heard it wrong. What that coin that was in his arm, should it be on? Should it be on the floor? I guess first of all, this whole situation is getting worse and worse for us, buddy. We need as much help as we can possibly get. We've only so far been attacked by orcs. You lost.
Hey, goblins, asshole! I have racist. We're not all green and little slimy slugs. Racist.
Sorry, I didn't mean to misgender
They
you.
all look the
I
same.
apologize.
Oh,
Miss
they're all
Race,
green.
but go on.
Blah blah
You're
blah.
all green and you're all yes. I am so sorry.
Build the wall around the continent. Blah blah. Yeah.
So while you guys are inspecting Thakma's room and, having this back and forth up there and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, Mike, or Fafnir, as I should say, you have arrived in Northwatch a little bit ago. You stopped by the local church. Now, this is something that we haven't really explained in this world yet because nobody else is religious, really, in this group. So the way churches work in this country, at least, is they're all universal churches. For any god that it is acceptable and legal to, praise, they have statues of and like worship spots for the individual orders. So you stopped into town. You stopped by the local church. They kind of pointed you in the direction of some information they got. They told you that the cult that you're in the seek of, it would seem that a couple of local travelers had stumbled across it, and the information you received is they were held up at the Cliff Diver. They were in rooms at the Cliff Diver, so they kind of pointed you in that direction there. Notably, there is still a festival going on in town, so town is a hustling and a bustling. There are performers in the streets, all kinds of stuff going on.
So, am I coming into the tavern now, or?
Yes, so, you make your way over to the tavern. You are walking through the front doors into the tavern now. Go ahead and, if you would like, give us a description of Fafnir. That way we know what we're dealing with here.
Okay, so Fafnir is a gold dragonborn. He's got ice blue eyes, some several horns on his head that kind of go out to make him look like it's a big one-piece thing that almost looking like he wear a helmet or something. He has the dagger-like chin where it's just a protruding bone right here. He's wearing gold-looking armor, black cape, has a shield on his back that has a symbol of looks like a triangle atop with a line down the middle of it. Almost looks like a messed up T. Or one of those things that women get up in there so they don't go to, into pregnancy and stuff.
Fucking the IUD.
Yeah, I always call it IUD. I don't know why. But so he's kind of big and imposing. There's a battle axe on his side, and he's. You do notice that there's a ring on his hand that doesn't I'll just say it like this: the ring doesn't look like it belongs to anything to do with his order or anything else like that. Because obviously there's symbols all over him. He has the emblems on him of the order of last rites. They follow Tyr. He's a justice god, and he's looking to do some van damage, man.
Hell yeah.
So I go up to the bar. I slap my hand down the table, on the counter. Barkeep.
Then, the man shuffles down and goes, yes, what can I do for you, Dragonborn?
Thank you. Do you have a couple of men staying here recently? Troublemaker types? Something to do with an orc who only wears a loincloth? Something like that? I don't remember what the thing was. Guy with a gun. I don't even know what a gun is, but apparently he has one. And some little maniac rogue type person with a pan.
Listen, I know the mayor likes these guys, but do you see this fucking place? And you look around and it looks like a fucking rager happened in here last night. Like, there's broken chairs, there's cat litter on a table for some fucking reason. Like, there's there's all kinds of wild shit. He's listen, I know the mayor likes these guys. Could you get them the fuck out of my bar? They're upstairs. They took all 3 of my sweets. And they ate me out of lemon cakes and drank me halfway out of ale, which is a real problem now that the brewery burnt down. Could you please get these men out of here?
I heard about the brewery. I will try to ask them nicely first, and then maybe not so nicely. You have my
Look,
word.
man, as long as nothing else gets broken, we're good. Do you need a drink, or are you going straight to deal with this?
I just drink water. I'm good. I'm gonna go upstairs and find these fools. And he just heads up, puts the silver down on the table and passes it over to him. Heads up the steps to go looking for these guys.
All right. As you're coming up the stairs, you hear these two.
Bickering in the room. Nuncle, I told you not to eat the ashes. How many times do I have to tell you? You don't eat the ash. Unseen ashes on the floor. It's not a good idea. There could be poo in there. Okay, don't do that.
So
You're muted, John.
you're muted, bud.
I knew that. They say charcoal's good for the stomach.
What the hell are we gonna do, man? Now that we don't have Thakma, we're a 2-man show. Not to say that I don't mind going into the wilds with you, but this is a complicated situation. We need all the help we can get, man. What the hell are we gonna do?
And so
Between my brains and your bronze, I think.
as you two are having this discussion, into the doorway steps a very large dragonborn.
Fuck me. You cut quite the imposing figure, sir.
You're a big man, Peach.
Hi there. How you gentlemen doing today?
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry.
What y'all doing in my town?
Who are you?
I pull my chair out.
For now,
Uncle, if you're the man out.
I am.
Well, sir,
Yeah.
We are weary travelers who are currently in the midst of trying to figure out where our friend disappeared to, if we're being absolutely honest.
Did you take my friend?
Don't lie to me, boy.
Uh,
The room's all trash, mother liquor.
well, I mean, we did cut a bit of a rager last night, man.
I think it's old Greg.
It's okay. We're cool with the mayor.
Easy enough for this little man, Peach. You ever drunk brothers from a shoe?
You ever drink mead from a shoe?
Yeah. Nah, just fucking with y'all. Anyway, I'm looking for a couple guys. Seems like I might have found him. Orc with a loincloth. You got a gun?
Yes.
Okay, then I found the right guys.
Don't worry, he doesn't ever hit anything with it.
That's also true. Thank you. That was very painful for me, Uncle, but I appreciate you rubbing it in my face every time you get the chance.
I've dealt with his types before. There's nothing, big white suits, weird helmets. Never hidden anything they shoot at.
I am not a stormtrooper, sir.
So Fafnir, question for you. As a paladin, what kind of do you do detect magic, or what kind of detections do you have? What kind of things does a paladin automatically pick up on? Because I'm not as familiar with 5th edition paladins.
So when it comes to perception, investigation, things like that, not my biggest strong suit. However, yes, I have a list. I have basically a book of spells I can do, almost like a wizard, but obviously not as vast. Every morning I can pick what my list of spells are going to be for that day. I mean, that's the D&D type, but that's the
right.
Going into the game, I have all of these spells. I can only just use a few. But yeah, detect magic is one of the things I can do. I can hurt people really well.
So you don't have anything that's just automatic that you pick up on, like detecting evil or anything like that, right?
Nothing like. Oh, I do have. Hold on. I think I have like. I don't think it's danger sense. That's something else. I have divine sense, and I have. Yeah, nothing really. I got some damage resistance that's
So what does
automatic.
divine sense do?
Divine sense just allows me to. I can tell where like evil is in the area. So let me see. I'm trying to bring up the thing
okay.
on it. Okay,
I mean,
so as an action, I can detect good and evil. Until the end of my next turn, I can, if I see anything affected, I can see anything that's affected by the Hollow spell, or I know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover, and I can do that a couple times a day.
So something that you're going to automatically pick up on walking in as a paladin, as someone, trained to kind of like hunt down, nefarious beings and stuff like that. You know exactly what that symbol is in the middle of the floor.
Yeah,
And that was the long forgotten symbol of the god Nerul, who was once the god of death.
I get down. Oh, good. Sorry.
As I say, that much like Vecna, the god Nerul is somewhat of a lost god in this day and age. In fact, as a paladin, something that is something that's been disturbing over many, many years now is that it does feel as though this world's connection to gods and things of that nature has been weakening. It is not as many people that are able to tap into like the divine powers and things like that as once was in the days of old. And this is one of the kind of gods that has fallen by the wayside and, you don't really hear about anymore, but you know exactly what that shit is.
Yeah. I get down. I do like a little inspection of the area. I take my finger, I run it along where they drew the scythe.
Don't eat that.
See, he did it too, and he looks important.
I spit back out. I go over and I just kind of look. I look around where it looks like there was some skerfuffle and some things going on, and I'm just kind of like running my finger along the wall and stuff, making it look like I'm doing something important.
I'm mimicking him, like following like where he runs his finger. I'm like, yeah, I agree. See, Brody. See?
I apologize, Nuncle. He clearly knows what he's doing.
Just out of curiosity, why just the loincloth?
Well, I never really thought clothes was that important. They just hide what you got. See? And I pull my loincloth up.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Looks like looks like a baby's arm holding an apple.
Yeah,
I know. Every time I see it, it takes my breath away. I'm impressed. I really am.
It's canonically established that Nuncle has a hammer, and he wears nothing but a loincloth, boots, and a sun hat.
I can't let him hit anybody with it because if we do, I need him to talk. I don't want him to kill everybody that we run into. So
he said, "Dear me, pray." All right. So you should be proud of that thing, sir. Anyway, yeah, it seems to me we've got another one of these sightings of this cult that's reforming. Forgotten God. One that doesn't really need to be talked about.
Sorry to interrupt your diatribe, sir, but who are you?
Oh, yeah, sorry. They call me Fafnir. Fafnir VA.
I'm Nuncle Milkjug. It's Brody.
Yes, nice to meet you, Fafnir. This is my esteemed colleague, Nuncle Milkjug, and I am Brody Deshane. Our friend who is missing is Thakma. He is an esteemed cook known throughout the land and likes to pinch coin from time to time. And we're afraid that something happened last night. Clearly, as you can tell by both the state of myself and Nuncle, that we might have hoisted a few dozen last night, and we don't know what happened to him. Can you seem like you know something about the symbol? Can you give us any insight into what the hell that is?
Well, first of all, really great to meet you both. So, essentially what we have going on is there's a long-forgotten god. Please help me with that, Nick. What was it again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nerul. This is the symbol of Nerul.
This really nice engraved symbol here of the scythe is a known symbol of Mayro, a god who's really not had any followers for a long time. The way this place looks outside of your merriment from last night, it seems to be their MO.
So,
I've been dispatched by... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, so, to give you a little bits, because you did miss a little portion. So, the cult you are chasing, there are 3 gods associated with the Cult of Chaos. So, that is Zahir. Yeah, no, you're good. So, that is Zahir, Vecna, and Bane. The Cult of Chaos utilizes a symbol that is a combination of the symbols of all 3 of those gods. Really, all you guys have so far is that. Same with same with Brody and Knuckle. That is pretty much the only information they have as well. Is just that this this cult associates with those 3 gods, and also the vision that they've had and stuff like that. But just to give you a little context, Nayrol has nothing to do with Cult of Chaos. It is a separate thing altogether. But I just didn't want you to get confused because I'm dealing with like old D&D gods because that's what I know. So
No, yeah, no, that's when you said Vecna, I'm like, oh, right on, man, that's cool. I just saw he went to that video game Dead by Daylight. It looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
Fafnir, I don't have time to get into all the shit that we've been through in these last couple weeks, but I can tell you that in the last couple days, it's felt like a lifetime. I can tell you that in the last several days, we've had run-ins with several of the ancient gods, and everybody keeps telling us that these gods we haven't heard of in a while, and here we meet yet another one that has seemed to have taken our friend, and I can't help but feel like we're at the center of something larger than we can even begin to understand, because we keep, through happenstance, luck, or just piss poor opportunity, we keep running into all these gods. Now, one of them has something of mine that's very important to me, and I am duty bound to the sake of my parents to get those back. And I'd like to track the bastard down that killed my family.
Vengeance is a very, very important thing to us.
Who's us?
I will help you in this quest.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
Been dispatched by the Church of Tyr, and then we are the Order of the Last Rites. It's a personal sect of the church. Anytime this kind of evil starts rising, they send us out to look for it, destroy it. So, I've heard some things. Something about burning down a meadery, allegedly.
That's the operative words there, allegedly. That's right.
Something about throwing a dwarf onto a wagon that was run away, killing a goblin inside.
No.
My friend Uncle tends to just lob anything in trouble's direction. Whatever is close at hand, he just picks up. And so far, it's actually benefited us pretty well. Fafnir, if you would just give me a brief moment to consult with my friend, would you mind giving us a minute to talk amongst ourselves?
Please, talk amongst yourself. I'll be over here studying the wall.
Should I rip his arms off?
I think you might have a task in ripping this guy's arms off, Nuncle. That's all I'm saying. This is the first guy we've met in a long time that feels like he could give you a run for your money.
I was going to say, I would need your help probably to rip at least one arm off of him. He's big.
You see the size of the axe this dude is carrying, and that armor is that doesn't look cheap, my friend. Like this guy this guy seems legit, and I'm not much.
Do you see how he looks at the walls and stuff? Look at him.
He's like straightening the pictures and everything like that. He seems very, very detail oriented.
He makes me nervous.
He does make me a little nervous too. He does quite the imposing figure, but what do you think, man? I mean, listen, we got to figure out a way to get Thakma back, but I think we could use all the help we can get right now. I typically wouldn't be much to just trust the stranger? I mean, should we let him into the group here and maybe just keep a close eye on him, see if we can trust him? I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's going to give us a choice.
That's also a valid point. I don't really want to tell him no.
And I'm a very good expert in skull fucking, and I'm not trying to get skull fucked this early in the morning by a dragon.
I don't want to get spit roasted by a dragon. I'm frail.
To be fair, guys, I'm a dragonborn.
Yes.
Sorry. We're talking about something totally different.
The other dragon, Sherlock Holmes, I met. Not you,
Yeah.
Mr. Investigator, priest, sir. Don't skull fuck me or rip my arms off, please. Please don't kill me.
No, get the arms off. Have you done? Wait, are you part of this cult?
What's a cult?
It's like it's a really great thing. It's like there's a really charismatic person or a god, and people start following him and thinking he's awesome and he's going to give you powers and everything. And then by the end of it, you're drinking Kool-Aid and you're passing out and you're dying.
That sounds like being friends with Brody.
It sounds
I
like
follow him around and he tells me what to do and he's charismatic and I rip people's arms off and we drink. I'm in a cult! Brody, we're a cult!
That sounds like it sounds. Wait. I'd imagine if there was a cult, there would be orgies, and I haven't slept with you, Uncle, so I'm not entirely sold on this whole cult situation.
Depends on the cult.
I'm saving myself.
Some are like, let me take everything you have, and then, by the way, you have to wear the same outfit. It's this loincloth. That's it. And then they give you a cup.
They take all your gold? Because they take my fucking gold.
Take all your gold.
I have never taken your gold.
Hold up. You guys' friendship's starting to sound a lot like Scientology. I'm just going to throw that out.
Well,
all right, Fafnir, here's the thing. I trust Nuncle illicitly. He saved my life on numerous occasions, and I've known him for a very long time. I don't know you, sir.
Sure.
But we need a little bit of help. And you seem like the man who might hold the sort of capabilities that can aid us in our quest. I'd like to extend to you an offer to join Nuncle and myself on an adventure, but I need to tell you that our trust needs to be earned, my friend. And I don't want to fight you. I don't want there to be any bad blood between the both of us, but I want you to understand that this isn't exactly something that's earned easily.
and I personally think before we let him in the group, there's one easy way to tell if he's in or out. He meets Tesco. If he likes him, he stays. If he doesn't, I rip his arms off. Or
in lieu of not having Thacma here, I think it's only fair that we make Tesco the tiebreaker in this decision. So,
but I like him. He's big and he's scary, much like myself. So he's got my vote. I spit my hand and I.
Okay.
Oh, split back and we do the Schwarzenegger. Carl
Gillen.
Yeah. You
son of a bitch.
I'm feeling left out. I just put my hand on top of your guys and just look nervously. I'm part of it too, right? Yeah.
We do that. What's your strength at, man? I'm at a 16. What are you at?
19.
Okay, so we do that, and I'm the Brody type character where I've been inside a little too long, and you've been out doing awesome stuff. We stay kind of there, but I'm shaking a little bit more. That's it. So, first of all, let me just say, this isn't actually my voice. So this is my voice right here. Sometimes when I'm doing this job, I have to come into things and not really use the regular stuff because, honestly, what's going to happen in that scenario is, one, I don't sound like a typical Dragonborn sounds, and then I have to get into that and explain that, I was raised by my father, who was the human, and I didn't really get a lot of dragon time with my mom. Before this becomes a question, too, my mom turned herself into a human, and that's how things went down to make me, so I don't want to hear my entire life I've had to explain this crap. My dad did not bang a dragon. I mean, technically yes, but not as a dragon. She was like a woman and looked apparently awesome. I don't know.
Was your father a bard?
My father is a bard. I don't like talking about it. He's not very good. He goes into taverns and just it's a mess. That's why I got into the church. So anyway, yeah, it's not my voice. I apologize for the deception. I just, like I said, for the job I have to be careful who I'm around. I have to make sure I'm paying attention to any potential danger or threat, and then when I pop into a place, I can make a fake voice and then take off, and then nobody knows who I really am. So let me start by giving you a little bit of good faith and expressing that, look, man, I turned off the deception. It's just us now. I'm not doing anything crazy. I understand your position. This Thakma guy, is his grandfather
Asshole.
famous or something?
Keeps telling us that.
I think I heard something about, what's his last name again?
Oh,
That's right. Look it up.
Strong hands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. There was an older gentleman who's supposed to be really great, like an amazing chef. Worked at one of the bigger taverns my dad went to. I remember him talking about the food being really good. But anyway, I can't be the same guy's kid, though. Hey, how's his cooking? Is it great?
it's abysmal. It's absolutely awful.
Potatoes?
It's literally the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, and I've eaten shit before in my life. A cat shit in my mouth last night. That was better than Tactics cooking.
I mean, it sounds like a great story. It sounds like there's fun things to talk about there. But, so basically, don't worry. I'm not here to hurt you guys. I heard some stuff about things. I don't think there's anything seriously bad. It sounds like you're just getting up to some shenanigans. There was this group of mystery investigators that had this dog they took with them all the time. It sounds like some of that stuff that they were talking about. So I think you guys are okay. But anyway, so they got your friend Thakma. You're looking for stuff. I've heard tales of Tesco. When I went to check out the eatery, there was some talk about there was an issue with somebody doing something with this donkey, and that's why all hell broke loose up there. I don't know if that's really what happened or not, but I'm assuming it's you guys' donkey, isn't it?
You don't fuck with Tesco.
Listen.
Oh, I got that by the down meadery.
Fafnir, I would give you one piece of advice. Nuncle is very partial to Tesco, as am I, so I would take excellent care of that donkey. But welcome to the group. We should have a name for our collective, but I haven't figured one out yet.
T-shirts, sir.
Essentially, Fafnir, I'll give you just a little bit of background. I'm Brody Deshane. I am from the county seat of Gilead that used to be in the Southland. And I was trained as a gunslinger my entire life. And the night before I was to inherit my father's guns, as is tradition for gunslingers, John Farson, the good man, brought an army to my town and killed my entire family. So you're not the only person with parent issues, let me assure you. But we just met that son of a bitch last night when we were at the brewery, and that's kind of part of that battle is what caused it to burn down. So that's on our priority list. We have several gods that have gotten in our way. Nuncle, I don't want to speak for him, but he might have some daddy issues as well.
It happens. We get it. But when you say that about the guy who killed your family and you saw him, it doesn't, like, nothing seriously happens with any kind of flame, but you see like a little bit of what would be considered fire coming out of like you see his eyes just narrow and a little bit of like smoke and a little bit of fire just kind of goes around his mouth.
You got something on your face there. You're on fire.
Kind of like,
yeah, that happens when I get angry.
Intimidates me a little bit. I back up.
Yeah, it's
Fafnir whispers under his breath, "Vengeance."
That's right here in my head when it happens. What happened to your parents is horrible. Part of my gig is to shut down evil like that. And if you know where this guy is, we can go take care of this crap right now. And then
Fafnir, funny you should mention that because I feel like the mayor gave us a job that might lead us to that individual that we just mentioned.
Sounds great.
Nick, if you could kindly remind us and the listeners what was
we have to go hunt down the goblins in the cave.
That's what we have.
I hate goblins.
Well, that aren't the same as orcs, just to be clear.
It's not a race thing. Every time I've ever been around a goblin, they've pulled some shit with me, and I don't like it. And I have to be good, because most of these guys are just pulling shenanigans, and I can't fucking kill him when I want to.
I can.
You can't kill people?
It's a whole thing. There's a whole oath I have to take. There's like a whole thing where you have to take a card from a saint and burn it, and then you have to like prick your finger and everything. It's all kinds of stuff.
I could teach you. It's pretty easy.
You won't mind if we kill people, though.
Oh no, I mean, well, if you kill people who don't deserve it, that might be a problem.
Not intentionally.
I don't like to kill people. I don't like to kill people. I don't like to kill people.
Well, I don't necessarily want to kill people. But when it's a bad guy, it is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot. You have a lot of good times doing that. You ever see like flesh burn? It's amazing.
Have you ever hit a horse with a chair?
Was that?
Have you ever killed a horse with a chair?
No,
That was
sounds
was pretty cool.
Really cool thing.
Have you ever missile dropkick a guy in a cloak while you're handcuffed?
No, but I did take a guy's head and I bit it off.
That's fucking awesome.
Because, well, the dude, to be fair, the dude was doing bad things with kids, and I took care of it.
Okay.
Well,
okay,
me,
so you're like
took care of it.
You're like Spawn.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
The famous play Spawn that goes around the land.
Oh my God! Who's the bad guy in Spider-Man? Venom. You're like Venom. You're like Venom. You like.
I would like the great Sellsword Dog, the bounty hunter.
The big bad dog.
These all sound like very, very important people. Humbly, I am not one of them. I just, I just do my thing, and I kind of go in and out of that voice I was doing. I don't know why, but it's a thing. But no, seriously. So like when it comes to the violence and stuff like that, I try to stay away from it until it's necessary. I know we're joking and carrying on about stuff, but I did bite that guy's head off. It was kind of tasty. I'm not gonna lie. But it's only in the most in the times of great necessity. But I don't have a problem knocking somebody out.
Listen, that's good enough for us. So short story long, Fafnir. Sorry, guys. We've been given a job by the mayor.
Okay.
Basically, last night, I was telling you about meeting the good man John Farson and several of his lesser low-level functionaries that tried to attack us at the brewery last night. And in my attempt to shoot one in the leg, I middled one in the chest, and he exploded, and it was a fire demon that set the entire building on fire. However, the mayor was very grateful in his understanding that we were put in an extreme situation, and when you're put in an extreme situation, extreme things happen. Yeah. He was kind enough to pay us for our time, and he gave us a job. That there is from what he's heard, a nest of goblins outside the city, and he's tasked an uncle and myself with going and exterminating them, as you will. Would you like to tag along with us on this adventure? See what happens.
I just have to ask, what did they do that that we need to wipe them off?
Well, they've been attacking people on the road between.
That's all I need to hear.
Yeah, and they've injured several people. Some we met on the road. They shot a poor bard and her traveling elf. We were able to give them some medicine and help them out. But we were back there earlier, and Thakma and myself actually pushed a cart in front of the cave entrance. But they must have found a way to escape. And if they're continuing to give the town trouble, I think it would. Listen, short story long, there's a lot of information we need to get from the mayor about the rest of these bad guys. And I feel like if we make a dent in these goblins, he'll give us a little bit more information. And he's promised us gold. I'll make you a deal. Since Thakma is off adventuring, whatever portion of the gold would go to Thakma, if you're willing to help us out, we'll cut you in.
Okay, so two things. One, you sold me on the goblins. Definitely down to wipe them out. It's my favorite thing to do when I get to kill things that just cause people misery. It's awesome. Anyway, beyond that, sounds like if we make nicey nice with the mayor, more information is given. I talked to the church already. They gave me what they could. Nothing more than you guys know. Yeah, sounds like a great plan. Let's go do this.
Yep. So to help clarify, you guys, so that what the mayor wanted you to do was to clear the goblins because you were you wanted to be on your way back to Last Light to check on Azamar as well. to make sure that everything is still kosher with him, even though you did hear from him, and he let you know he was okay. But he said that, he sent word ahead, and, if you bring, proof of clearing these goblins out with you back to Last Light, the local guard in Last Light are instructed to then pay you the rest of what is owed.
Well, gentlemen, if we've made our introductions, Fafnir, we're going to find what you're made of, bud, because we're going to ride, we're going to go down, we're going to untether Tesco, we're going to hitch him to our wagon, and we're going to go out and find this goblin cave again and see if we can put a dent in this particular issue for the mayor.
Right on. I'm down.
All right.
We have to keep one alive.
Actually, it's not a bad idea.
I know they're not great at talking and stuff, but we have to keep one alive to make sure that this was all there was, because these guys are like roaches. They'll get into places and you won't even know they're there.
Full disclosure, we've attempted to keep them alive several times, and we have failed. So we will make every attempt to keep one alive, because I, too, would like to question one, but we have a bad habit of murdering everything that gets in our way. So we can be a little overexcited sometimes.
As long as you give me a chance, I have special abilities I can do to make sure, one, they're not going to die, and two, well, at least right away, and two, they kind of have to listen. So
we have ways of making you talk, he says. Yeah.
In the manner of speaking. I mean,
so, what do you think, Uncle?
I'm like downstairs drinking and eating. So
he walked out mid conversation.
I mean, we were talking for a while.
After the spit handshake, like it was good. Uncle's like, that's like a Wookiee life debt. Like spit handshake to Uncle, he's good. As long as Tesco doesn't like try to bite him.
So now I have to ask you, as far as the items that were on the floor, because like I said, there was the bejeweled comb that you guys had found, like the brush that you had found. There was the bag with 7 individual beans in it, and then there's the silver coin with the eye on one side and the scythe on the other.
To be fair, these guys haven't done anything with it. I'm CSIing that shit.
So when you say CSIing it, what are you doing to it?
I'm bagging up the evidence.
Okay.
I got it on my persons then if they didn't take it, that's all.
It's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I was doing the searching around and stuff, I was just I had like a stick that I was just kind of shoving into a bag. Almost like you're trying to put dog crap into a bag before you put it on somebody's.
It broke into like 5 different frames, like CSI Miami did.
Yeah. I'm holding up stuff. I'm licking stuff. Yeah.
He took a little bit of the soot and brushed it in a little baggie too, and
Just so I can write this down, it was some items.
So
it was a bejeweled comb.
Yes, a bejeweled like brush, not like a tooth comb, but a brush.
Okay.
A
bag of beans.
A bag with 7 beans in it, and the coin. It's a silver coin with an eye on one side and a scythe on the other side. So you said you're not touching these items; you're just sweeping them in with a stick.
Yeah, I'm just kind of because, fingerprint analysis and stuff. So
right, of course.
No, I'm usually like I can use magic and stuff to kind of like if I can't do it, I have people I can go to in the church that can use magic to help me, help tell me if Actually, you know what? I think I actually have something I can do.
You have Mage Hand.
The Divine Sense stays up for. I'm trying to see how long that stays up. I do have. I might have. No, I don't have Mage Hand actually. I couldn't take that because I only get 2 cantrips, and I had to use. I got Spare the Dying and Holy Fire.
No, just out of curiosity, since you've been CSI, and I'm going to kind of help a little bit here.
Sure.
Would you have detected magic at any point in time while you were doing your CSI thing?
The only thing I can tell, like I have the Divine Sense up. I was just trying to see how long that sticks. I think it's an hour.
Okay, so you don't have like the detect magic spell. I mean, then
on me at the moment, I don't believe that I do. I'm just double checking real quick.
Okay.
I got ceremony being command. Yeah, I don't have it on me right now.
Okay, that's fine.
I do know it. I just don't. I don't have it.
It's not prepared.
Immediate ability. I don't have the stuff to do it just now. I have to put that stuff in specifically to be able to cast those spells. I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, so I got so basically what I still have though is I can detect good and evil with the divine sense.
Okay.
So while I'm doing this stuff, it would leave off an aura if there was something evil or good about it.
So off
I can also
of
and I
so
can
off
do
of
like
the
a little check.
comb, you would detect some level of good
Okay.
off of the comb. The coin, however, it reeks of evil. Now, yeah, like that's what you get with that, and then the bag's kind of neutral.
Yeah.
Hey, Fafnir, you picking up anything off of that equipment you just picked up? I mean, listen, I'm not going to split hairs about who gets to carry what. I was just curious if you had any insight into any of that stuff that you're placing into your CSI bag very carefully.
Yeah, it's like a sack. It's a burlap sack. It's
Yeah,
not even
as he's
really
collecting the last remnants of your friend who disappeared.
Yeah.
So obviously, like once the investigation's over, if you guys need any of this stuff, I'll just hand it over. It's not a problem.
Cool.
I think I'll be handing over the coin though. I think that's better to stay with me. It's not a coin that's spendable. I mean, you probably could, but I don't think it's a smart idea to. This thing is, it's giving off some really evil vibes.
Can I yell up from the bar like as I'm eating it?
That was in my prison purse.
As I go back to like
That's
eating my.
why. Right on. So,
Yeah, you're not going to want to touch that.
well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't, and I think I'm just not going to. Period. I mean, I wasn't going to just because of the evil part, but I'm definitely not doing it now because it was up the orc's ass. So
Yeah. It
yeah,
smells like cat food. It's not a good. It's not a good play.
yeah, I don't think it's a smart move. But no, so the brush just seems like it's a brush. There's something good about it though. I don't know. I can take it to a friend of mine and have him look at it at the church, and that's kind of what I was wanting to do.
So,
if we could before we go kill goblins, or we can do it after. Either one's fine. Go. I'm sorry, sir.
So for funsies here, give me a perception, Birdie, and you know what, Fafnir, you as well.
Sure. Do you guys do actual rolls, or do you need rolls on the?
Whatever you prefer.
Whatever you prefer. I like rolling dice. It kind of keeps us with calling out our rolls a little better. So
I'm just gonna roll. I just dropped my dice on the floor. I'm just gonna roll.
Okay. And of course, I also got this fancy tower here that I want to use so bad. So
I saw that on the TikTok.
I just rolled wait, what was it? A perception check?
yeah, perception.
I'm getting
7.
7. Alrighty.
8. 11.
Okay. So, Fafnir, the first thing that you picked up, the first baggie of evidence, was the baggie with the coin in it, and you put it into your bag. And then you picked up the bag with the bag inside of it, I suppose, the bag that had the beans, and you went to put that in your pack, and you notice that the bag that had the coin in it is empty.
Okay, that's it's pretty weird. Do I smell like any brimstone or ash or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Your divine sense is still going. So you now sense that same presence off of Brody's pocket.
Hey, Brody, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
That coin I just picked up. Have you ever seen it before?
Our friend Thakma acquired it, and short story long, one night we were in the prison when we were basically transported from the prison to the brewery. It was embedded in his arm, and it seemed foreboding, to say the very least. Why do you ask?
Well, one, that's not a very good sign that happened to him. I'll get to that in a minute. And what I'm getting is you have that coin in your pocket.
Oh, God. Back my prison wallet. What happened?
Is it the same coin?
So I get it out and I look.
So you pull it out, and you look good and hard on it. And all of a sudden, you're seeing, like, very wispy figures inside the room. You see a wispy kind of essence of Thakma.
Like Force Ghost style?
Yes.
Okay.
You see a wispy essence of Thakma on one knee with his head bowed before a imposing figure in a black, perpetually flowing robe holding a large scythe with an energy blade that comes off of it. And he bangs the butt of the scythe on the ground, and both him and Thakma's essence wisp away, and laying there, you see, and then the kind of the wisps form to see, there's a wisp of where the coin was, there's a wisp of where the bag was sitting, there's a wisp of where the comb was before you picked it up, and then it all dissipates.
Does Fafnir see this?
No, just you.
I just see you kind of.
So I just I bolt upright
Yeah.
and I jump past Fafnir and I bound down the steps because I want to tell Nuncle what just happened.
That guy just had a religious experience.
Nuncle!
I'll follow him down.
That damn coin that was in Thakma's arm, I picked it up. Well, I didn't pick it up. It manifested into my freaking pocket, man. And then when I touched it and smelled your dirty ass, these Force Ghosts showed up. And then he was on the ground kneeling before some guy holding an energy scythe. And he pounded it into the ground, and they both disappeared. Like, that asshole make a deal with the freaking devil, man, because I wouldn't put it past him. But
so, as you're telling Knuckle this, you're holding the coin in your hands, and you notice you have the eye facing outward, and the eye is open now.
Well, that's scary.
And it winks at you, and
Is it
then
wet?
closes.
Like a real eye?
Yes.
I don't want this.
You should give that back to the scaly Fafnir.
And I look over. Does Fafnir follow me downstairs?
Yeah, I came running after you.
Fafnir, I don't feel comfortable holding this, and I am not the religious. Would you mind taking this, please?
Just put it in this bag right here, and don't let
and
me.
I
please
turn my hand over and drop it into the bag.
Okay.
He seems very resilient to this coin's evil. Maybe we should have him take it to a mountain.
As soon as Fafnir, you're watching you put it in the bag, as soon as you put it into your pack, inside of the clear evidence baggie, you watch the coin just kind of fizzle out, dematerialize.
Oh, that fucking thing again. Oh, I don't like that. Okay.
So and then you sense it in Brody's pocket once more.
Okay, so, well, for some reason it wants to be with you, Brody.
Well, that's bad news. The last guy got disappeared.
Look, man.
I'll carry it, man, but I really wish you could handle this thing, man.
Why don't we try to break it?
I don't feel like that might be a good idea given everything that's happened so far. Let's find out. Maybe Fafnir's church can provide us some insight into it before we try to do anything wild and end up fighting a demon with a freaking scythe that's trying to take my already thinning hair off the top of my head.
I get you, man. Yeah, hang on to that for now. Try really hard to not grab it a lot and put it in your hand. If you do, wash them.
I need to wash them right now.
Yeah, there's like some. I'm sure there's something downstairs, but listen, down here. I mean, but listen, man, I want that to get looked at. I think we can go do. I would rather do it sooner than later, but if we need to take care of this goblin thing first and do it, I'm fine with that. But I think immediately after that, we need to take you somewhere and get this thing looked at.
So
because
it is morning currently. You guys, so since timetable is semi-important for you guys are on about, I think we're at day 6 or something like that for the because when we started this, you were 14 days away from Pandora Landing. Which is something that you guys were interested in being there for and kind of attending. So you guys are 6 days in. It is less than a day's travel to the cave, and then 2 days after that to get back to Last Light. So if you guys did want to do anything in town here, you would have time to do so and still be able to make it to the Goblin Cave by nightfall.
Fafnir, I think that the intention is not to come back here. We got to go back and check on our boss at Last Light. I think maybe we should see your church before we leave. Nuncle, what do you think?
I'm just here for a good time.
Eating lemon cakes as he stares into the distance.
Uncle
I'll
sees some shit.
let you two handle this, and I pick up a thing of apples, and Tesco's waiting.
All right, let's go out and load up and get on with this, boys.
All right.
So we walk out to the stable to saddle up Tesco.
Can we make Fafnir roll animal handling to see how Tesco reacts?
Oh, absolutely. That was the plan.
Okay. I was worried I was going to have to do that because I don't have a very good animal handling. Let me see here. I just want to check my spells real quick again just to make sure.
So we're outside, and Nuncle is leading Tesco out of the barn, and we're lashing him onto the cart and doing all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Tesco, this is Fafnir. He's our new friend because our old friend got vamoosed. I know he's scary and he's covered in golden scales, but he's okay.
Just a quick question, DM.
Yes.
I have a spell I can use too, but can I try the animal handling first? And if it starts
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Can I just kind of whisper? I'm going to lose the spell slot doing this, but I can just whisper my spell real quick. All right. So let me try the animal handling. Okay, I thought this was 7. That's not good. I think that puts me at 10. Yeah, I have a 10 on the animal handling. If it seems
Tesco's pretty easy going.
I was going to say, so you roll. Knuckle introduces you. You kind of reach out a scaly hand, and they're like, well, hello, Tesco. And Tesco looks at you, hee-haw, and kind of bows his head down to you.
You have my blessing, sir.
I gotta be honest, I was worried about that.
He's a good judge of character, this Tesco.
I think
Tesco
he's
goes,
a good man.
If I could recommend any of my friends, especially not fucking Brody or Thagma, to join your church, it would be Tesco. He's pure of heart, he's smart, great judge of character, great detective skills.
I mean,
brain like a scholar.
Yeah, magnificent beast. I looked over him, and he seems very capable, and I'm glad to be part of this group with him. So,
built like me, and I pointed his dick.
I think yours might be a little bit bigger, Nuncle, but still, it's impressive.
Yeah.
So I start loading my equipment, my disguise kit and my forgery kit in the back of the cart, and I hop in the back.
All right.
Did Fafnir, did Mike get to buy anything, or does he still?
So he started pretty equipped.
Okay,
so.
That's what I thought. Okay,
got some gear. I was just gonna ask, did I have a horse or did I not have a horse? It's fine. I just curious.
Yeah, you would have a horse because obviously you traveled here. So we'll say you would have a horse.
Put my tackle box in the back.
I whistle real quick, and within a few seconds, you see a pretty large, almost like a Clydesdale type horse come over, white, got like a braided mane. The tail is kind of wild, really, really nice looking leather saddle with little symbols from the church around it and stuff. This year's Steven. Steven's really cool. I like him a lot. We've been through a lot of stuff together. I mean, if you want to pet him, he's cool too. He's really friendly. He likes most people. I mean, if you're evil, he would probably headbutt you. But if you guys don't have anything to hide, he'll hang out with you. He's really cool.
Tesco has wanted a friend for so long. He's wanted a friend for so long.
Hey, Steven's really easy to get along with. So
hear that, Tesco?
I take an apple off the bushel of apples that Nuncle is intending to feed Tesco, and I reach out and I feed one to Steven.
Very nice. Very nice. All
I'll let
right.
DM on. Got that coin on you.
Fafnir, why don't you lead us to your church, sir?
Alrighty, man.
All right.
Regulators, let's mount up.
So you guys mount up and roll through town here. So the festivities are still ongoing. The day is getting kicked off. This is a several week party. So you guys kind of roll through the festivities. You're not super out of place. I mean, Fafnir's a little bit overdressed, being all the plate mail and all the that sort of stuff. You guys are still looking like yourselves. You guys roll across town, and on the backside of town, close to where there are some nicer, larger housing and things like that, is a grand church of worship. And like I said before, the churches of worship in this country are all universal worship churches. That way, you can go and worship any god that is legally allowed to be worshipped here.
I jump off the cart, and the first thing I do is start washing my hands in the horse trough outside the church. I don't want to walk into your church smelling like butthole, buddy. I'm sorry, Fafnir.
Oh no, you're fine. I mean, the Tyr just he just appreciates justice and people doing the right thing. So
I just dip my whole dick in the trough and scrub it. Scrub my man parts.
Fafnir just sees what's going on. Is like, maybe it's his culture. I'm cool.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, as I say, you guys have rolled up to the church here. So what is the course of action at the church?
Fafnir, I think you should take point on this. I'm certainly not a religious man. I can't speak for an uncle, but if you could introduce us to the priest of this place, maybe we can get a little insight into this coin.
Sure. I mean, I just there is DM. Is there somebody from I mean, I understand it's
multi-denominational.
So there is a steward or a deacon, of every church that will help you, to kind of find, your altar and your area of the church and things like that.
Is this a man or woman?
It is a woman in this church. She's a female elf. Name of Sarah. This is Deacon Sarah.
Deaconess.
Sorry. Sorry to the deaconesses that may be listening to our podcast.
We're not sexist.
Okay, so I think the best course of action here, guys, is when you go see a friend of the church, Sarah. She's this really nice elf lady. She has devoted her life to the church, so it's she's very attractive. But let's be careful how we approach it. But I think if we go talk to her, we might be able to get some answers about what the thing is in your pocket. And I'm not talking about knuckle.
I was going to say, I'll show her what's in my pocket if you get my drift here.
But I gotta talk about this stuff, and if everything's kosher when it comes to this other stuff here, I have no problem just handing it right back to you guys. The coin, however, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with that. But let's take a step in here. Let's go into and find the statue of Tyr. I'm sure we'll find Sarah around that.
So
follow Fafnir inside.
Yep. So as you guys step into the front doors, it's big, grand, double doors for the front entrance. As you guys step through the front entranceway, it opens into a large hall. And there are basically cubbies off of the sides, kind of going down the side of the hall, each one dedicated to, individual gods. And as you come through the door, the Deaconess Sarah steps out from around the corner from one of the altars and is, Fafnir, you've returned so soon.
Hi, sir. I found the people you pointed me in the direction of. Gotta say though, I came into contact with something that's it's a little weird, but definitely a symbol of cult. So I was wondering if you could take a look at it. Anytime I tried to package it, it went right back into this gentleman's pocket. Sorry, guys. Brody, this is Sarah, and Sarah, this is Brody and Knuckle.
Nice to meet you.
He says, pleased to meet you. She's a very attractive elven woman.
Let me add in there real quick that Nuncle is completely bricked up under his loincloth and he's like trying to like hide it. Like Nuncle milk jug, and I'm like trying to tuck it between my legs and not let it like
tuck it into
protrude.
his belt.
Nice to meet you. So, I'm so sorry. This doesn't normally happen. This it's a beautiful church.
It's okay, dear. I am frequently told how beautiful our church is, and
It's a beautiful church. That's what it is. I get bricked for Jesus.
So she goes,
Hard
yes,
on for God, you know.
Fafnir, if you and your counterparts here would follow me, you order the last rites. You work very, very quickly, and she takes you to the back of the hall there, where there is kind of like a universal altar, like a big table set up and things like that. And she's like, please, anything that you would like me to examine, go ahead and lay it out on the table for me.
Bro,
your deaconess, I reach into my.
Just kidding.
Did you do what I thought you did?
Yeah. Just like,
could you help me with this infection? It's swelled terribly.
Just some cure cream.
Oh my god!
Got any?
I get the coin out of my pocket and I gingerly lay it down beside Uncle's massive hog.
So you lay the coin out on the table, and she puts a hand over it. And where did I put that? Oh, here it is. So she puts a hand over it, and you watch as light shines from her hand quickly, and then she pulls back. She's like, so, that is an interesting piece that you found. So, this is what is known as a whispering coin. It has a few abilities. So she kind of explains, but essentially what this coin does is it has two functions. So once per day, when you toss this coin, you can ask it a question related to anything. And you have a 50-50 chance of the coin giving you correct information or incorrect information. We'll roll that on a D4. 1 and 2 is correct. I'll decide at the time because I'll mix it up on you, so that you know. But when you toss this coin, it'll leave you either correct information or incorrect information about a question that you ask it. Also, once per short rest, if you hold this coin and concentrate on the coin, you can see wisps of things that have happened within a 30-foot radius of you. Hence why you got the flashback when you picked it up in the bedroom. Now, after that, she goes, now there is, this would typically be a very kind of mundane magical item, but it has a very strong energy attached to it. I've seen whispering coins before, and they have been cataloged and studied, and it's one of the magical items that's allowed in circulation within this country. But I've never seen one with this level of attachment. And she says, "Do you mind if I pick it up and take a look at it?"
By all means.
So she picks it up. And she's looking at it on both sides, and she's looking at the back symbol and the eye on the front. And then the eye opens up and winks at her and closes again. And she drops the coin on the table. And as it falls to the table, it dissipates and is in your pocket, Birdie.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
going back in.
I get it out again, and I'm like, this is freaking me out. Every time it happens, I poop a little bit, and I'm not entirely sure. Listen, Deaconess, the last person that had this was our friend Thakma, and he was a man of what I'll kindly call dubious moral quality, and I'm afraid that attaching it to me has cursed me in some way. Should I be worried about this?
This friend of yours, would he have been in any situation recently where he may have made a deal with the devil, so to speak?
Funny you mention that. When I picked this coin up earlier, well, let me clarify. When Fafnir picked this up earlier and I found it in my pocket, I saw an ephemeral image of him standing, kneeling before a robed figure holding a gigantic scythe with a blade made of lightning, and they disappeared.
A blade made of energy, you say?
Yes.
The god Nerul, to my knowledge, is no more.
Is that who I just described?
Was there anything else when you're with where your friend had disappeared? Did you find anything else?
There was a gigantic burnt symbol on the floor. What was the symbol again, DM?
It was the symbol of Nerul. It was a circle with a scythe in the middle of it. So it was just the symbol of Nerul. However, just to kind of bring back for you, that coin was a note first. And the note did not say it was from Nerul.
The note, so Sarah, there was a symbol on the ground, gigantic scythe. Fafnir seemed to recognize it, but I had never seen it before. And when we picked it up, there was a unfilled note that came with it that said that basically our friend had been disappeared by whomever left this coin, and that he was keeping an eye on him and keeping an eye on us as well.
Would you have told her the name?
Yes.
So as soon as you say the name Demnavai Nilo, she perks up and she says, "Did you just say the name Nilo?"
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Oh, very, very interesting indeed. Long ago, there was a renowned I don't know how to put this the best way. He was a necromancer, but he was obviously the act of necromancy is evil, but it was a means to an end for Mr. Demnavai Nilo, and he was quite the renowned wizard back in his day. And the way stories go and legends go is that he disappeared in the hunt to slay Nerul.
This Donatello Milos, should I be worried about him?
So he was a questionable character indeed. Obviously, we do not condone necromancy. It is a very dirty magic. However, Demnavai Nilo did use it for good, if that makes sense to you. He was a very morally gray wizard. But inherently he was not an evil man, and no stories tell of him being evil. But the last known records of this wizard, where he was in pursuit of a way to the realm of Nerul to once and for all slay the god of death. And nobody has heard tale, or I mean, this is we're talking hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He has not been seen or spoken of since. And this was also around the time that many of the more evil gods began to kind of disappear from the board, so to speak.
Sarah, obviously, given the magical nature of this coin, it would be something that would help us in our venture, but is this something that's going to put any of us at risk if I decide to use it? Can you tell me that?
I get the feeling if it is Demnavai Nilo, if it is truly him, your friend may not be in. Well, he's probably in danger. But
knowing him, he's definitely in danger.
He is with a powerful enough force that God, there's so many ways this could go for him. This is a very confusing conundrum, and something I need to pass on to other members of the church, because this may answer some things for us. I apologize if I don't have all the answers you're looking for, but I would say that by all accounts, your friend is in good hands, and I would deduce that this coin is a way of keeping tabs on where you're at and keeping tabs on you. My guess would be it was a stipulation demanded probably from your friend Thakpa.
He does care, see, Brody?
As much evil energy comes off this coin, I do not believe it to be of harm to you, and in fact may come in incredible use. I would say don't get rid of it, but it seems as though you don't have that option, sir.
It would appear not, Sarah.
Mister,
Can I? Sorry, go ahead, Uncle.
do you have any more of these little crackers that was in these boxes here? I ate all the wafers that you had sitting out.
Oh yes, dear. There's another box right under the pew over there.
Oh, thank you.
And then she asks, was there anything else that you needed me to take a look at?
Yeah, I have 2 other items here, but I have a question about the coin. And wow, that guy can eat a lot of wafers. Anyway, coin. It seems like we can use it to see things, but it also seems like they can use it to see us, which seems problematic to me.
Oh yes,
Because,
this coin can definitely be used to see your whereabouts, and judging by the fleshy eye that appears occasionally, I would say visually see what is going on around it occasionally as well.
yes.
Why don't you keep it under your cap there, Brody? Then they couldn't see anything besides your shiny bald spot.
I would think that this kind of magic might be able to see beyond my pocket, but I will certainly keep it there intentionally.
Yes.
Would be
What about, hey guys? What about the comb and the bag of beans?
Yeah, I got Bejeweled Brush. I got a lot of good energy off of this, and I set that down for her. And I found this bag of 7 beans. Now, I have an idea what this is, but I'm going to have you look at it to get a little bit more of an expertise opinion.
So, she kind of once again waves her hand over, kind of some bright flashing lights, and then she pulls back and she picks up the comb and is inspecting it.
It's a brush.
Sorry, yes, the brush.
She's like, told.
She's like, this brush is interesting. We have not. I have never laid eyes on one of these myself, but this is a brush of communication. Any
brush of what?
Any creature or being whose hair you brush with this, you can commune with for 1 hour afterwards.
Well, I guess Brody's out.
So essentially, it gives you speak with animals for an hour, or you can comprehend. It's either speak with animals or comprehend language, depending on whether you brush a animal or a people.
Tesco.
You just gave the kid.
I grab the brush.
Start running outside.
Yes.
Say less.
And then as Knuckle runs off with the brush, she goes, "Now this, on the other hand," and she picks up the bag of beans. This is dangerous.
But it could also be useful.
This is known as the bag of beans. However, what is interesting about this is, now, if you are unfamiliar with the magics and things of that nature, chaos magic has been long gone in this realm. It was, as the stories go, it was the goal of Pandora and the Destiny's Guild and these mighty, these mighty people and warriors to quell chaos magic in the land, and as such, it is why you do not see wild magic sorcerers and things of that nature in our land anymore. Chaos magic has all but dried up. However, there are still some items around that exude the magic of chaos, and this bag of beans is one of those items. So, essentially, while she's explaining this, the bag of beans is a magical item that, if you plant any one of these beans, and I don't mean like you don't have to intentionally plant it, you throw this shit on the dirt or into a enclosed space or anything like that, it will sprout. And I roll on a table. Mm-hmm. And there are many things on this table that can happen.
To and including a pyramid.
Yes, so something that can happen is it can sprout a tree of fruits that all have healing properties. It can sprout a geyser of whatever liquid I choose. Or it can sprout a enormous pyramid on the spot that has a mummy lord that resides inside of it. These are all things in the realm of possibility when you plant one of these beans. Now, a little sidebar, now that I've told you what it is finally, I was really, really hoping Thakma was not actually going to put one of these up Nunkle's ass. Because I was going to consider that planted. And something was going to happen.
I'm so mad we didn't do that. I'm so mad we didn't do that.
I'm kind of happy that Nunkle's not dead. So
there was a 10% chance that Nunkle would have had a massive pyramid sprout from his ass.
I believe his butthole can handle it. I really do. I feel like if anybody,
he's like
the Iron Sheik of butthole stuff. I feel like he could get it done. I really do.
I've only known the guy for a couple of minutes, and he's already talked about putting something in his prison purse. But I don't know if that'd be you know what, sir? I think I'll just take those. This seems like something. I think, Brody, if you don't mind, let's just keep this between us. I don't think if Knuckle knew that we had these, that it would go very I think he tried 8 of them, to be fair. And yeah, I'm just going to take that.
I'm okay with that staying between us.
A side note with that bag, Fafnir, be very careful. Because if you dump out the contents, all of the contents of that bag at one time, it is going to cause a large, large explosion.
How large are we talking, Sarah?
She used the 2 larges, man, so I think it's
pretty big.
Like, wipe out a building big or wipe out a city big?
Building.
Oh, I was thinking maybe the whole continent. Right on.
No, not quite that large. Sorry, but it will definitely level a building, possibly a small city block.
Well, Sarah, you've successfully gave me hope and scared the shit out of me all at once, but I thank you for giving weary travelers such valuable information.
I took the bag and I wrapped it up in a cloth that I have, and I put it back into a leather pouch that I have, and I'm like, should be okay that way. I think
triple wrap them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't let any of these falling out.
Faster. Could we go outside and see what Knuckles up to?
Yes. So
it's on brush.
We're gonna cut to Knuckles since he ran out while you were still getting explanation. Knuckle, you burst out the front door with this comb or brush,
and I brush Tesco.
You know, as you go to brush him, he's already, as you sees the brush, he perks up and he's like, hee-haw! And as you touch the brush to his skin, ha turns into, oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, that feels good. Oh, God, that feels good.
Is that you, Tesco? Can I hear you?
And the donkey's head perks up and he goes, did you just speak to me?
Did you just speak to me is the real question. Did we just become best friends?
And so he's like, wait. Have you spoke donkey this whole time?
No, but this brush does. And if I brush you with it, now I speak donkey.
Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, I have so many things I've wanted to tell you. Oh man.
Let's pour it on. I'm an open book there.
Oh
Tesco.
Lord, and he just
I've waited
starts,
my whole life for
he starts going on about that caterpillar you guys shared a moment staring at several episodes ago. He starts going on about, the telling you the way you brush him and, telling you the best way to do it and things of that nature. And, you guys walk out and what you see is Nuncle standing beside Tesco going, hee-haw, haw, hee-haw, hee-haw, and Tesco responding in turn.
And I'm drawing like color, like picture notes because I can't like write that well. So it's like the right way to brush him is a picture. And
he can hear me, guys. Listen, Tesco, tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him about the caterpillar.
And Tesco looks at you both.
Make heads or tails of anything you're saying, Uncle.
I think
All we hear is you hee-hawing.
Yeah.
And Tesco looks at you both and goes, hee-haw.
Agreed,
Back
Tesco.
buddy.
Which was...
What do you think of the new guy, Tesco?
He's a lot spikier than the other little one.
Yeah, I like him now. He gives big rip-off arms vibes, but he just said he doesn't like to rip off arms, just like knock people out and bite their heads off, maybe. So, I think he's cool. And you made a friend, Stephen. I'll brush him next and get his opinion on you and then fill you in tomorrow.
Stephen, is that his name?
That's the horse's name, yeah.
I don't speak
Can you
horse.
Oh, well, I'll be your messenger. Do you have a crush, Tesco? And I elbow him.
I like that horse. He's a big horse.
Keep it in your pants, Tesco.
And they just continue to hee-haw back and forth.
for the next hour.
Yes, for the entire duration of the hour.
Brody and I just like leaning up against something, just staring in awe about what's happening here.
I'm just leaning up against the fence post, just watching, giggling, waiting for
Just
this
to be-
whole
yeah,
to finish,
Like, to be clear, like, this is like, Nuncle is in bliss. He is truly happy. Like, his best friend and him can finally talk. Like, he's truly actually happy. His simpleton mind, like, his best friend and him are, like, getting to bond.
We can't interrupt him, Fafnir. I've never seen him.
I was just gonna say, Brody, he seems like he's having a great time. Did you ever see like a kid's birthday party? It seems like he's just having a blast. It's almost like somebody brought him a bounce house or something. It's pretty. I don't want to interrupt that. I mean, we have stuff we gotta do, but at least now I know we're not like carrying around something that's gonna really hurt us. So,
when I was a kid, the elves used to make this thing called a Nintendo, and I got one for Christmas when I was 5, dude. And like, I think I felt exactly like he looks right now. Like, joy and exaltation. Like, it was amazing. So,
I think there's a section in the back of Walton's they sell those.
I mean, I got the same feeling when I got my first battle axe. So,
yeah.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Once again, I'd like to thank my cast, starting with John as Knuckle Milk Jug, Drew, who plays Brody the Chain, and Brandon as Thakma Strong Hands. Starting this episode, we have Mike joining us from the Shattered Tabletop Gaming Group as Fafnir Vaer as well. Our intro and outro music is Free Me by NEFFEX. All of the maps that we use and that I provide for my players are made through incarnate.com. All of our recording is done using a program called StreamYard, and then I do all of our editing with Wondershare Filmora. Now, I'd like to thank all of you guys for continuing to listen, all of you who have stuck around and enjoyed this story so far. There's so much more to come, so please please subscribe to the channels, follow us wherever you can find us, comment on as many things as possible, and stick around, as I'm sure there's much more to come for you.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.